Hey everybody, welcome back. Here I have a Donner, one of the newer models, the Versa Sonic series. It's the DST-550, and this was, full disclosure, given to me by Donner, but I am not being paid for this video. So I am going to be fully discreet, fully honest. This is going to be my unfiltered, unfettered opinion on this guitar. What I like, what I don't like, the whole shooting match. Okay, so I will be as discreet as I am on all my other videos with this particular guitar. So let's take a look at it first. So as you can see, right out of the chute, it's got a little bit different design than the typical Strat copy style guitars, right? So you've got more pointed bouts on the guitar. As you can see, the top bout as well as the lower horn have this point to them. It has a roasted maple fretboard and neck on the guitar. The headstock is a little bit different, right? A little bit different shape. Less of a beak, more of a slight point on the headstock. It only has one volume, one tone, and then it has this switch here in the middle, which is a coil toggle. It allows you to thin out the sound of the humbucker. So this is an HSS guitar, humbucker with the bridge, 2 single coil pickups, with this switch to split this humbucker. The guitar itself looks very similar, both front and back, very similar to the Ibanez AZES 40 model. Very similar, and I'm not sure if that's what they were going for in terms of the design of this guitar. But the AZES 40 from Ibanez also has a volume, a tone, and this switch in the middle to split the humbucker, and has a very similar looking pointed, horns and headstock even to some extent. And it also has the roasted maple neck and fretboard. So the guitars look very similar. This particular guitar came with this little package here, which includes the tremolo arm, right, and has the Allen tools to adjust the neck, to adjust the neck relief. What else? It also came with, and I'll show you real quick. Put this here for a second. This gig bag, and it is a little bit more than what most people would call a dust cover, because it has a little bit of protection in it, but not very much. So this is a very, very thin gig bag. You really can't use this for any heavy-duty traveling. Donner used to provide better gig bags than this, with significantly more protection and padding. I don't know what happened recently, but the quality of the gig bags, in my opinion, have been degraded significantly. This is much thinner than what I'm used to from Donner. But it is a gig bag, so it's better than nothing. The guitar is listed as $399.99. It's $299.99 on Amazon for frequently, and now they have it on sale on Amazon for $260 for this model, which is significantly more than the Donner guitars, and we'll get to that later on in the video. Now, this guitar was given to me, but wasn't a special guitar provided to me for any sort of review, because it came with fret ends that are razor sharp on the top of the guitar as well as the bottom of the neck. And I don't want to do this too hard, because I will shred my fingers. I'm not sure what this will show by doing this, but let's see if we have anything that I can use. No, I don't. Piece of paper, but I don't know what that's going to really do. Let's see. I don't know what this is going to do. I don't have a cloth handy. I don't have a stocking like some others use, but yeah, this is not going to really work, guys. Yeah, well, it might. Yeah, there. There you can see what it did to this piece of paper. Right? You see the hole in it, and if I do that more, if I use some sort of a cloth or a stocking, it'll shred it. It is extremely sharp. Every fret on the top of the guitar as well as the bottom of the neck, high E string and low E string. So very sharp fret ends. The other thing it came with is a crack in the neck joint. So it's a surface crack, but it's a stress crack when they put the neck on, attach the neck to the guitar. So that's also on the guitar. It has a little bit of smudges and dirt on the pickups. Nothing bad to scream of. The fretboard itself is extremely dry, so it needs some tender loving care to oil up the fretboard. It's extremely scratchy and dry. But the bigger problem is these frets need to be, every one of them is sharp, so it probably needs some sort of a crowning and polishing on the fretboard. I haven't checked for high frets. It might have one or two, I'm suspecting, high on the guitar fretboard. But the intonation was a little bit off. So this thing wasn't set up or looked at prior to being sent out at all. So this is probably what you can expect. The guitar itself looks nice, right? It's appealing in terms of the colors they chose and the contrast between this vintage white with the roasted maple fretboard. I think it looks sharp. This gold plastic pickguard is also attractive in my opinion. It has, as I mentioned before, only one volume, only one tone, and a 5-way switch. The switch is a little bit cheap feeling. I'm not sure exactly how durable this thing is going to be. There is some wiggle and movement in it. The controls are okay. They're nothing. The pots are probably small dime-sized pots, I would imagine. The back of the guitar has a nice access point cutouts, so you can adjust the tremolo system, the springs, through the opening, the access point here, which is nice. The block, the bridge saddle block, is, I would say, larger than normal. So it's got a full-size block in here. It's not that thin, cheapo block in most of the guitars, which is nice. I don't like the way this gold plastic looks on the back, but again, that's just a personal thing. It has a recessed area here where the neck attaches to the body. There's no plate. It just has the 4 screws, and it has that, that curved access point around the neck, which is nice for, high access if you're playing that way on the guitar. Although, the interesting thing is this is clearly not a shredder guitar. This neck is not super thin. It's not thick, but it's not super thin. I wouldn't consider it a shredder neck. It's more of a vintage style Strat neck. What else? The inlays are kind of small. These small little dot inlays on the neck of the guitar. They're okay. They're not my favorite. Now let's talk about the guitar a little bit. It has a poplar wood body on this guitar. This guitar weighs about 7.5 pounds. That's the best I could tell on the scale. Again, a roasted maple neck and fretboard. It has this toggle switch allows for about 7 different tones depending upon the setting on the guitar with the splits, which is interesting. It has a plastic nut on the guitar, but it's cut well, which is nice. Has 22 medium frets on the guitar. They're nickel frets, they're not stainless steel. The fret wire on this guitar is extremely thin, so I'm not sure exactly how long these frets are going to last. I suspect if you play this thing a lot, through wear and tear, normal wear and tear, you're probably not going to get much life out of these frets because they are on the smaller, thin side, just as a heads up. Let's see. The scale of the guitar is not mentioned. I'm not sure if it's a 25.5-inch scale. I know the AZES, the Ibanez, has a 25-inch scale, so I'm not sure if they're trying to match that with this or not. It doesn't state it. It has a 2-point tremolo system on this guitar. It's locked down pretty good. And the tremolo bar is one of the ones that just sticks in. It doesn't screw in. It sticks into the guitar. Now, again, I'm not a tremolo user, so it doesn't really matter to me. It is set up slightly floating, so it's not locked flat like some of the tremolo systems are in the guitars. It is semi-floating out of the box. Here is the wheel for where you adjust the truss rod, which is nice. It's not up at the headstock. It's right here. So you have a truss rod adjustment wheel, which I kind of like. The pickups. Okay, they're fairly important. These are described by Donner as being Thunder Forge, right? They're specially designed pickups for Donner. They're ceramic pickups, and in my opinion, they don't have any really distinctively different sound. As a matter of fact, they're ceramic pickups. Donner uses ceramic pickups in a lot of their other models, and I think the other ceramic pickups that Donner uses sound better than these. These are on the muddier side to my ears. They're not as articulate as I like, and they're not really as high output as they claim they are to my ears. They just don't sound fantastic. They're not my favorites. So I'm not sure what this Thunder Forge stuff is all about, if it's just hype or not. But again, in my opinion, I'm not impressed with the pickups. What else do we have to talk about? Let's see here. Fret wire we talked about, the tremolo, the rounded heel, sculpted heel, the back of the guitar with that recessed area. I like the look of the roasted maple on the neck. It does have a little bit of figuring in it, as you can see, a little bit of highlighting in the wood. It does look nice. Oh, the tuners. Yeah, I didn't mention that. It does have locking tuners, 18-to-1 gear ratio locking tuners. Are they really high-end tuners? No. They hold tune adequately, I would say. But they're not the best. And there is some wiggling and some movement in when you adjust the tuning. It doesn't lock in extremely accurately. It gets flat at times and sharp at times, and you have to play around with it to get it to the point you like. But they're okay. They are locking tuners, technically. Trying to think. Balance of the guitar, it's fine. There's very little neck dive. It sits nice on your lap. Yeah, so that's this guitar. Now, I'll play it so you can hear what the guitar sounds like, and I'll play it in the different pickup settings so you can hear what it sounds like clean. Let's see here. Okay, we'll just play basic chords clean. This is the neck pickup, the single coil neck pickup. And now the neck in the middle. Middle pickup alone. Middle and the humbucker. And now you hear a little bit of the volume increase, and this is now just the humbucker. So that is the humbucker engaged. Now, with the coil split on the humbucker, this is what it sounds like. So, humbucker full, split, full, split, single note split, humbucker. Some more notes. This is humbucker, split. So you can hear it's a little bit thinner. When I put distortion on, though, it's almost unnoticeable with this switch, the toggle switch engaged. Okay, so that's clean. Now we'll put on some dirt and let you hear what it sounds like with distortion on in all settings. Now you hear the noise. This is not noiseless in position 5 or 1, depending on what you call it. This is the neck pickup. Neck and middle. Middle only. Middle and humbucker. Just the humbucker. So this is the humbucker with distortion. Split. Humbucker. Split. I can't hear much of a difference between the split and the no split. And some single notes. So, get this out and shut this down so we don't have distortion going on there. So yeah, that's the DST-550. Now, let me give you my assessment here. So this guitar is $260 on sale on Amazon. I don't see any particular sales going on eBay. Now, eBay has a lot of different sales on Donner models. In my professional opinion, because of the fact that these fret ends are extremely sharp, the setup was horrible. The neck is okay. It's not my favorite. It's on the thicker side versus what I like. The Seeker series Donners, the DST-152, the DST-200, the DST-400, has a thinner neck. I personally prefer that. That's a personal thing. The pickups on here are these Thunderforge ceramic pickups. I don't particularly think they're great. I like the ceramic pickups on the other model, less expensive model Donners, better, actually. I think the DST-152, the DST-400, which has Alnicos, I believe, in it, and the Q1, which said they had Alnicos but really have ceramics, sound better than these ceramics. And the neck on those guitars is thinner, and you're saving money. So this guitar is $260 on Amazon. You can get the 152, the DST-152 on eBay through Donner on sale for, I believe, around $150, $149. The Q1 is on sale on Donner for $75.99 versus $260. And here's the sleeper. They have a DST-600, which doesn't have these sharpened horns. It's more traditional vintage Strat looking and I believe sounding, right? DST-600. It's normally $299 or whatever they have on their website. They have it on eBay for $209.99 plus a percentage off. I believe it's selling for $159. Don't hold me to it. But that guitar has Alnico pickups in it and is significantly more vintage sounding than this guitar, and it's probably a better guitar. That's, again, just my opinion, for less money, for $159 versus the $260. I personally wouldn't pay $260 for this guitar. That's, if you're hell-bent on this particular model, that's a different thing. But I think there are much better values in the Donner line than this DST-550. Now, I've seen a ton of reviews on YouTube that hype this thing up as, man, this is the next best thing to, a Fender or whatever. You got much better choices out there, guys, in my opinion. We'll talk about some of the choices you have, for example. Let's see if I still have what I was looking for here. But, well, for example, you can get, classic vibes in this price range, right? If you get them on sale, that $260 I'm talking about. You can get EARTs, E-A-R-Ts, for around that price. You can get, boy, oh boy, a whole host of others, right? Donners, other Donner models. Tees, their guitar line, which you can probably get their Strat style guitar for around $150. There are a bunch of different options in this price range. And then you get into the Squires, the Affinities, and the classic vibes that you can get. The Jet JT-400 that I reviewed, in my opinion, is a superior guitar. So there are better options than this. And again, it's just one man's opinion. You make your own. But this is the DST-550. If you like these reviews, guys, please subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And until the next one, be well. See you soon. Have a great day.